seeing what's current. I was about to say serving. I don't know why. But I'm here. Hope you get warm. Hope you get ready. I already got 3 likes. I'm trying to get 300 likes. I'm trying to get 3,000 likes. I'm trying to get 3 million likes. I'm trying to get 3 million viewers. I'm trying to get 300 million viewers. Let's go. Get 3 billion viewers. Mr. Beast, you got somebody on, following you, sir. I'm not subscribed to you. I don't think I'm subscribed to you, but I'm trying to get on your level. So, there's that. Today, we're going to be talking about Cuba Gooding Jr. He has finally broken his silence about the whole Diddy affair, the whole Diddy on the yachts and on the boats, and the Lil Rod Jones groping allegations. He completely denies them. I can't say one way or the other, but he's innocent until proven guilty. So that's the whole gist of that. So, but he broke down, I was just watching an interview, and he was breaking it down, how he barely even knew or knows, he barely even knows who Diddy is. He met him back in 2019, 2020 during the pandemic, and that was about it. They didn't have much conversation or interactions. And I would imagine the same thing with Mr. Jones. All right, so let me say from Rick James. All right, I have to look up for this. This is crazy. Salaries and gentlemen, you wanted the best, you got the best. I present the man who keeps it real and keeps it clean, and he's the man in the looking glass. Look, lost and not unseen. Back in the Cowboys room. Skylar Saunders sees, everyone knows after Diddy has come on, man. No, I wouldn't say he didn't know who Diddy was. I didn't know him personally. I know who Diddy is. I never met him personally. Cuba Gooding Jr. saying that he only met him once in his entire life. He never hung out with him like that. And he was saying that how the assault allegations are completely false to him. He's saying, Diddy's got to get his life together in a sense. He's got to get his words right. He's got to get his team together. It appears that Diddy's lawyer is saying that Mr. Jones is just money, thirsty. He just wants, get a bag from Diddy. And who can blame him? Cassie already got that bag. She got 30 million. She got chipped off on. You can't really blame him too much. Just the fact that he has, so much going against him now. I mean, it's the fall of Diddy now. It's open season on him. He's very, very in deep doo-doo, to put it lightly. But yeah. So Cuba Gooding Jr. He's detailing how he had nothing to do with any kind of improper touching or anything. But Mr. Jones is saying, or what's his name, Lil Rod, excuse me, is saying that he had touched his shoulders, touched his thighs, his groin, and other places on his body. And Cuba Gooding Jr. is just like laughing at all of this. It appears that he's, not guilty, but we shall see. He's probably going to be in a deposition for about 4 or 5 hours one of these days. I can't, promise that. I can't say that's definitely going to happen, but it's very possible. Let me see. The media is out to make Diddy the next R. Kelly. Yeah, they got bored of R. Kelly, so now they need a new scapegoat. Yes, I think you're talking facts, Rick James. I mean, this is the nature of the beast. That's the nature of how things roll in Hollywood and Washington and places all around the world, Silicon Valley. They need a new villain. Every time they need a new villain. Hardly will you ever have too many stories about actual heroes, you know, businessmen, tycoons, entrepreneurs, people like that that are actually, you know, worthy of being, you know, called out. No, they had the Theranos woman and was it FTX guy? I can't remember their names right off the top. I'll look them up. I have time. Why not? FTX. Sam Bankman-Fried with FTX, and Theranos was by Elizabeth Holmes. So they need to bring people down and let them know. See what happens with businessmen. See what happens with these people, especially Diddy. Diddy's a businessman. See what happens with these businessmen. They get enough money. They get enough clout. They get enough fame, and they turn into monsters. That's what's going to happen to you if you become a businessman. But where will we be without businessmen? There's nothing even in this room. There's nothing on this iPhone. There's nothing on this MacBook that I have. It has to do with business people. Businessmen and women go to work every day trying to make lives better. And that makes them selfish. They make their own lives better in the end. Oh my God, I can't. This is crazy. Hold on. I might be able to do this. This might be too bright. It's kind of crazy. Is that all right? Does that work? All right. Jason says, Scott, what's up? Hope your day is going great. My guy, one of Star's troll babies, showing love and positive vibes. I respect that, Jason. Thank you for being a troll baby and showing love. If you want to show love, that's fine, but I thought you were going to hate. You're welcome to hate as much as you like. This is a open hate zone. Not a hate-free zone. This is an open hate zone. But I appreciate you, Jason. Salute to you. I got 4 people in here with 4 likes. I'm not mad. I'm going hard in the paint. I'm going away from all the bullshit, all the back and forth, the beef, the battles, the tension, the drama, whatever the hell you want to call it. I'm not dealing with that because this is getting serious now. People are getting shot. Next thing is people are getting killed. So I don't want to play around with that. I don't want to be the one, hyping up the set. Yeah, that battle was hot. He was spitting hot bars. He got them lyrics. He's crazy. He's going at his neck. You know how many triple entendres he had? You know how many metaphors he had in that line? Yeah, man, it was crazy. It was dope. Whatever. And then somebody gets, oh my God, no, somebody's laid out in the street, and it's like a problem. And it's like, you were just hyping it the whole time. You're just pressing the gas, and you wonder why the car went off the cliff. So, looks better. Okay, good. Elon Musk this is terrible. The only hero of recent years. Okay, I'm serious. It's crazy how small this font is. It's freaking annoying. Oh my God. That is exactly what Kendrick wanted. He should be... Oh my God, treated like a felon. I don't know about all that. Kendrick can share a jail cell with Travis Scott and flush the key down the toilet. Okay. I understand what you're saying, but Travis Scott's not going to jail. He had no criminal charges against him. He had serious civil case. And that could go into billions. There's like 2,500 people that want money from him, but he's probably not even worried about that. They'll probably get dismissed. I'm sure he'll get dismissed because he had. I mean, the evidence that I saw, he didn't have any understanding of what was going on. He thought that they were just passed out or just not. I'm not caping for him or anything like that. I'm just saying what I saw, the evidence that I saw, and the footage that I viewed and heard. It didn't seem like it was anything. But getting back to our main topic here. Cuba Gooding Jr., the most wishy-washy, good / coony, buffoonery kind of guy. Like, he's a good actor, but not a great actor. He's an Academy Award winner. But, we have to focus on the fact that he could have allegedly groped and fondled another man who did not enjoy that too much, to put it lightly. You know, he didn't want those advances. He didn't want those in his life. So that's, you know, the main, you know, idea behind this. Okay, we got 5 likes and 1 person viewing. Okay, that's how we do. And if you want to get, you know, ask questions, it's $20. I'm trying to get a new MacBook. My MacBook, I can use it now, but I can't use everything. It said the disk is broken now, and if you need a new one, you know, if you want a MacBook to completely work, you need a new disk. So I have to get a new disk, a new MacBook. So that's that. Cuba grabbed the man, Rick James is asking. Yes, apparently, allegedly. But before that, he said the man sees an ambulance in the middle of the crowd and thinks it's just people passed out. I don't know if he even saw that. I didn't see that footage. That's not the footage that I saw. I saw him pointing at people over into the side of the corner, in the corner of the stage. And he was like, help them out. And then he said, you know, on record, he said, you know, we got, you know, people coming in that don't have tickets or something like that along those lines. And it was like, you gotta look for them. But that's a Travis Scott thing. We're not gonna talk about Travis Scott too much. Cuba Gooding Jr. He has broken his silence. He has stated, you know, he is not guilty. He is not someone, but who knows? I don't know. I want to see evidence. That's all I'm looking for is evidence, concrete evidence that fits. That's the truth. That's proof, and what's real. That's what I want to see. I don't want to hear hearsay. I don't want to hear, well, he did this and he couldn't have did that and he said this and he said that. That's not what I want. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here for the truth and reality and goes along with it. So, with Cuba Gooding Jr.'s confession that he had nothing to do with it, that, you know, elevates, in a sense, Diddy's case, because he's not going to be worried about, you know, saying somebody, yeah, well, I did it, and everybody's going to be looking at Diddy like, well, nigga, what did you do? Like, and I have 0 viewers right now, 0 viewers, as I can see. I think Rick James is still in here. Yeah. Cassie, like, cases like these are always just hearsay. Yeah, sadly, that's the sad part. Now I got 1 viewer. I think it's still Rick James. Salute to Rick James. Power to you, sir. I completely appreciate your patronage. But this is what is on the net. You know, this was all in the internet. You know, it's very, very sad. I think it's a sad thing because it's like this whole man's life is gone. No matter what, he can't recover from it. He may even have millions afterwards, but where is he going to go and still command respect and admiration? He might go to some hole in the wall somewhere, and they may have some bottles lined up for him, but he'll probably, won't have the same effect as he once had. He's not going to be on the billboards in New York City anymore. And Cuba Gooding Jr. knows this. He's been on show business his whole life. His father was a singer, and he has a younger brother, I think. I'm pretty sure he's younger than him, that was also in a John Singleton film. And also other shows. Let me see. Cuba. Omar Gooding, that's it. He has another brother called Tommy Gooding. But Omar Gooding, he's a good actor too. He was a good actor. He still is. I mean, as far as I understand, he's still doing movies and stuff. But just as a side note, Cuba Gooding Jr.'s biggest payday for a movie, Snow Dogs. Snow Dogs, though. Like, that was like, can you coon and buffoon anymore? Like, seriously. That was one of the worst movies ever made. But he got paid. See, that's the sick part. He'll get a few $100,000 for a role that got him an Academy Award. But this awful movie that had him, with these snow dogs, gave him $13 million. That's 8 figures. 8 figures for that. Not him going to the glory holes. I thought it would be Daddy Day Camp. Oh, no. Wasn't Daddy Day Camp. I don't think he was in Daddy Day Camp, was he? That was Eddie Murphy. Which one was? Okay, you're right. He was in Daddy Day Camp. I'm thinking about Daddy Day Care. You're right. No, that was a terrible movie. He's been in some terrible movies. Very bad movies. But he gets paid. That's the best part. You do your job. Do what you can to make something, into some quality. And it just comes out and, critics thrash it. Audiences hate it. And, it just becomes a whole mess. But, that's that right there. Yeah, it was Daddy Day Camp, but that wasn't the highest payday, $13 million. So, Cuba Gooding, just like a mixed bag, just a mixed bag. He's got good ideas, he's got great performances, he's got terrible performances, he's got everything going for him, and this allegation could drag him down even further than he was, from a terrible movie. This is real life. This is actual happenings. This is real, true to life things that occur, that happen every day. That's the sad part about all of this. Is that he doesn't have, I think, full grip over the situation. I think he doesn't understand how real it is. Because I'm like, he was laughing at the part that Diddy's, not laughing at Diddy, but he was just laughing at the fact that they're like Homeland Security had to raid his houses. Like that, tripped him up a little bit. I was like, wow, really? They had to have that going on? 8 people in the room. Are we shy or what? I don't know. It looks like 5 people. I got 5 likes and 5 people in here. So salute to anybody that's in here. Make sure you tell 2 people. Don't tell a third person. Just make sure you say, well, it's just this goofy nigga with a gold tie and a black hat and a black shirt. You wouldn't want to watch it. Don't. You don't want to watch it. You don't watch this corny ass. He's stupid. He don't know what he's doing. That's all you have to say. But, yeah. This whole debacle is just a shame, really. And like Cuba Gooding Jr. is just like right there in the side. He's right there in the wing. He's not front and center, but he's like right off stage, and he could be dragged down too, cause this was it J? I always say a name wrong. Is it J Rod? Yeah, Rod. Not J Rod. Lil Rod Jones. That's where I got the J from. Rodney Lil Rod Jones. He's been saying all this stuff. He worked on the Love album, Off the Grid. He and accused Diddy of the sexual harassment. But approximately a month later, he added the 56-year-old actor to the ongoing case as a defendant. And that was like in March. I think whatever the case may be, I think Diddy will probably come out on top most likely if he pays up. I think he's gonna pay up like we did with Cassie. He's like, shut up, girl. Don't say nothing else. Here's the money. I got it. I tried to give these people their masters to keep them quiet, allegedly. Some of them didn't take him. What's his name? Mark Curry, the rapper, not the actor or comedian. He didn't. I don't think he took his money. Allegedly, I could be wrong. yeah, that's that's the whole gist of this whole story about Cuba Gooding Jr. is that, you know, he said let me see what Cuba Gooding Jr. actually said. It says the Bronx native, Cuba Gooding Jr. is from the Bronx, by the way. Then said that the image being used against him as evidence has been positioned to fit a false narrative because he was just listening to a new song by the businessman and not trying to impose himself on Rod. That picture, everyone in the room, there's probably 300 of us on the deck of P. Diddy's boat, and he calls him P. Diddy, which is interesting. On New Year's Eve, he added, "This guy who's suing him is going after the money, man. I'm sure, and by the way, I don't know P. Diddy's life. I don't know what he's going through. We were acquaintances, just like I just showed you. 2-3 times I've seen him." That's his story, and he's sticking to it, God damn it. So he's sticking to his own story. He's not backing down from it. He's not, you know, playing coy or, you know, saying stuff like that. So, you know, this is just a fantastically disgusting issue we have here right now. It's disgusting. Any way you look at it, another black, you know, tragedy in America. I'm glad there's no, excuse me, no body. No bodies or body. Rick James thinks Cuba is saving face. Rick James also says he realizes getting involved in that would lead to a dead man walking. I don't know about that. I think I have to disagree with that. I think, you know, there's a difference with that. We have some BS in the room. Rick James, you do what you do. You got that blue wrench. You do what you got to do. That's all I'm going to say. You got that blue wrench. You got a blue wrench. I can hardly read it. That's crazy. I was just at the eye doctor the other day, and I could hardly read whatever the hell they were saying. The letters were, I was like, QHMNFT. She was like, you got it. That's right. I was like, okay. It was wild. But, get my contact soon, so that's good. But, I want to see clearly on this topic. Cuba Gooding Jr. Says, you know, Cuba Gooding Jr. was like, what do you say? It's funny because my lawyer said, you know, every outlet in the world wants to talk to you. And again, I'm like, I'm not defining myself from some headline in the press, so I'll stay quiet. I think that was cute. That might not be Cuba. Well, he said earlier, he said, I think whatever Diddy's dealing with, he's on his journey, man, he began. I think that God has got him on a path where I can't imagine that he's stupid enough to do whatever he's doing and keep it on the premises. I think that the raid and all that stuff, only time will tell. Who was involved and who had been a frequent guest in the places and areas. That's Cuba Gooding Jr.'s story. It says that alongside an image of the alleged encounter, the filing adds he rejected his advances, and Mr. Gooding Jr. did not stop until Mr. Jones forcibly pushed him away. Oh my. He had to say, get off of me. I'm just reenacting. I'm not trying to say anything. That's exactly what he said. I see you did your business, Rick James. I see what you did. I'm not mad at you. You do what you had to do. I'm not doing it. That's not my role. But if you want to do it, that's your role. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. Send a message, because you are the truth, Rick James. You have sent me to people like Rachel's Ghost. You've been a day one since July 30th, 2023, when the late great Paul Rubens died. I will never forget that day. I had, I think, 239 people in my live, because it's all about the wording, kids. That's all this is about. It's all about the wording. You put in the right code. You put in the right amount of letters. You put in the right way. All I said was Paul Rubens dead at whatever his age was at the time. So that's as far back as we go. So I appreciate him. 0 people in here right now. I think Rick James is still in here though. It always the algorithm is goofy. Sometimes it picks it up, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, so that's the weird, goofy way of the internet and YouTube especially. That's especially interesting because Cuba Gooding Jr. is one of the actors that could have been better, and everybody remembers him, especially from Boys in the Hood. After you got stopped by that black cop, oh, you think you tough? Hopefully, I'm not spoiling it for anybody, but that was a classic scene. Those are classic scenes from that movie. Yeah, so I think that's pretty cool. So if he had, he was in, had a very brief, minor role. Probably got paid $2,000 for it. And A Few Good Men. He was in 2 Jack Nicholson movies that I know of. A Few Good Men and another one. Let me see. As Good as It Gets. He was in As Good as It Gets. He was in A Few Good Men. So they definitely had a rapport, I'm sure they had. And that was actually a pretty good movie. As Good as It Gets. Pretty decent. That's the I just love the fact that we have the internet so quick and at our fingertips, and I can look up in an instant what the information is. I mean, this is the Matrix. This is what the Matrix is all about. When he said he wanted a firearm, a whole row of firearms goes in front of him. Like that was like a physical embodiment of a virtual world. It's kind of ironic, but that's what we have right now in the Matrix. But to wrap up, Cuba Gooding Jr. I can't call it. There might have been a moment where he was a little, saucy. He got a little touchy grabby. I'm saying all this alleged. This is not true or facts. But he may have gotten a little bit familiar, and he wanted to do something else. This is all legend. This is all legend. I have no proof. But he wanted to do something that was interesting. So he laughs it off now. He's like, I'm rather playing hockey. He plays hockey usually, and that's the thing. That was one of the best parts about the interview that showed that had him say all these different words. So I would say Cuba Gooding Jr. do what you gotta do, man. Hold your head up. Don't let the people bring you down. Just like Prince said in the elevator. All right. This is monumental in my life for hip hop. This has nothing to do with Kendrick Lamar, Drake, Rick Ross, Metro Boomin, Future, Quavo, Chris Brown. None of that beef bullshit or battling bullshit, whatever it is. For a second there, I was like, yeah, this is hip hop. This is cool. This is what's going on. Then it's like, no, it's not. It's not what it is. It's not cool. People getting shot up and everything. But keep it on lyrics. Keep it on, on the record. That's okay with me. Keep it all, all that tough talk, all that stuff on the record, not aimed at anyone specifically. Because then that could draw another battle. I want to talk about Rome Streets. He has an EP out right now. He has different wording. His cover art is crazy. He has cover art that's looks like all these different elements of New York City and hip hop life and everything. It's just a big collage of different elements that bring you into an understanding of what he's talking about. The EP is called Buck 50, and even on the streaming platforms, there's this part that has Buck 50 on it, where they're talking about essentially incarcerated Scarfaces, especially, but it could be in the streets. It's like there's this guy that's he's describing Jason with the big meat cleaver, or whatever the case might be, or the machete, and he goes around slashing people's chests. Well, this is the same thing he said with a razor blade. You slice people's face, and until the blood comes out and just gushes, and it could gush even more if he moves. And it sometimes slices to the white meat, and even under that is the bone. So it's a harsh album. It's rough. It's gritty. It's strong, straight rapping ass lyrics. Like just crazy. And I'm glad because he's not battling anybody. He's just making an EP, making a streaming service ready, collection of songs for people to relate to. Here's a quick understanding of it. Running it up, you just running your mouth. Stupid. Only thing to talk about is the money amount. Money. That's really it. I've been had the whole world in my fist. So that was just one little part. Here's another quotable lyric. Plenty peers here in this rap sphere, but they all suck. These niggas suck. These niggas trash. At square one, washed up, stupid on stuck. Lately I've been running up. Globally, getting bucks. Got a wanderlust. A one-on-one with like Mr. Wonderful, the Wonder Woman trying to come and yeah. Your album cover got blunt ashes, dust to dust. Like that's hip hop. That's rapping to me. That's classic. Oh, we got Mr. Charles the 13X in here. Rap beef not cool. Rap battles cool. Yeah. Facts. That's what I meant. That I might have messed it up today, but I usually make that distinction. I enjoy tension, stress, and or drama, but I do not enjoy beef. Beef is Tupac and Biggie. Beef is PNB Rock. Beef is Pop Smoke. Beef is Nipsey Hussle. Those are beef. King Von and so many others. FBG Duck? Something like that. He was laid down in Chicago. If two rappers have a battle, they should be able to speak to each other after the battle. If not, then it's not a battle. That's but a beef. Facts, more facts. That's exactly what I've been saying. It's a totally different era. It's totally different. It's a weird, strange, paradigm. That's why I'm really feeling Rome Streets. He's got the bars. He's got, a style. I'm waiting for a full LP. But the EP, is just enough. He's a great rapper. Just the way he carries himself on as a true craftsman and a flow maker. He does have that within himself. He purports that. He shows it. He brings it all the way live. Like he has that real laid back, cool late 80s, early 90s grittiness, like that DJ Premier Nas kind of connection. But I don't know about his producers. I haven't seen the all the credits for that. Let me make sure. Let me see. Looking for it right now. I can't find it. Okay. But I'm sure he has, just a small team, to back him up with beats. You know, that's important. When I love albums with just 2 or 3 or maybe one producer. Those are the best hip hop albums. Even Waka Flocka Flame. Waka Flocka Flame's album Flockavelli is the truth. Had two, I think it had 2 producers. One of the main producers was Lex Luger. He had a sad story. Oh my God. If you get a chance, go on YouTube and look up Lex Luger, story or something like that. It was messy. He made so many songs. He had songs for Kanye and for the artist formerly known as Kanye West and Ye and Jay-Z. He had all kinds of different. He had tracks for Snoop Dogg. He had tracks with I think what's his name? I'm snapping my fingers. Taylor Gang. Who was that? Who was Taylor Gang? I'll look it up. Wiz Khalifa. He had songs with Wiz Khalifa. Who's that in a better space now? You're saying he in a better space now. Who's that? Who's he? Who's in a better space now, Charles? 13X. I had to see the whole thing. Like a pimp named Slickback. I have to say the whole thing. Charles 13X. Oh, Lex Luger. Oh yeah. He's a. Are you saying positively or negatively? I think it was mainly showing that it was a negative because he had one of his songs. The copyright was it was a copyright infringement or something like that, and they garnished his wages. They garnished his royalties and his residuals. So I was like, damn. But that was my guy. That still is my guy, really. I really like his beats. They're really hard and really rugged, and they're just tough. I just like that. Also, another one, Common. Common had the artist formerly known as Kanye West and Jay Dilla on his masterpiece B, which is a great album. Excellent. Had a double XL rating. An excellent album. Great performance. And then you had, of course, Nas. With he had a few producers. He had Q-Tip. He had DJ Premier, Large Professor on, of course, the 30-year-old classic masterpiece, magnum opus, Illmatic. So, when you have just a few, even sometimes you can have a lot of cooks in the kitchen and it tastes pretty good, But for the most part, you want to keep it down to just a few. So I think that's what happens with oh my God, what's this goddamn Rome Streets? I never heard of Rome Streets until today. That's how sad I am. That's how out of the loop I am to a lot of hip hop. I know people saying, "What? I've been following him since 2011 or whatever the hell." Like, I don't even know if he was recording in 2011. All right, Charles 13X says, "I like Common album. One day it will all make sense." Yeah, that's a hard album. That was hard. Rick James says, "Call me crazy, but Doggy Style was better than Illmatic." I call you crazy. I call you crazy. I mean, Doggy Style has the flow. Snoop Dogg definitely has the drawl. Has the West Coast flow. Has banging beats. Definitely banging beats. But Illmatic still has, hold on. Let me see. Snoop, didn't have. This is what Snoop doesn't have on his album. If I can get it. Hold on. It ain't hard to tell. I excel, then prevail. The mic is contacted, I attract clientele. My mic check is life or death, breathing a sniper's breath. I exhale the yellow smoke or Buddha through the righteous steps, deep like the shining, sparkle like a diamond, sneak a Uzi on the island in my army jacket lining. Like, come on, man. Snoop could never do that. He could never come close to having those kind of bars. Never. Yes, Illmatic raised the bar, exactly. Now, there's no shots at Snoop Dogg. I have to salute him because Doggy Style was definitely a classic hip hop album. Had sketches on it, had skits. You know, it was very clever. But Illmatic is a class also. I like to liken Illmatic to the Godfather of hip hop. If there were like their ratio to movies to hip hop albums. The hip hop album would definitely be The Godfather, would be Illmatic. Doggy Style is kind of like, I don't know, like Sunset Boulevard or something like that. I love it. That's one of my favorite movies, but it's not on the same caliber. Illmatic didn't have Jeezy on G's up, hose down on it. End of story. Oh man, maybe that's true. That could be true, but I still have to disagree with you, sir. Nas is like the Afrocentric Asian, half man, half amazing. Cause in my physical I can express through song. Delete stress like Motrin, then extend strong. I drink my wet with Medusa, give her shotguns in hell. From the swift I lift and inhale. It ain't hard to tell. Like, come on, man. This is Nas. This is Nasir. This is Oludara's son. This is God's son. Oh, we got Keith in the house. Hold on. $5:42 in the morning again. Up real early or real late. I always forget. But Keith says, yeah, if you guys could, make sure you could. It's still kind of hard to see, but make sure you have your caps on. I can see better. Let's see. F it. Call me. I'm crazy. License to Ill. Beastie Boys. Best rap album ever. Hands down. Okay, now you have definitely stepped where Rick James is. You're on that dust. You're smoking something strong. Over there in Japan, you're smoking that really good stuff. You're on something special. Yo, salute to you, yo, Keith. Salute to you. Yeah, man, you're doing some real good Japanese stuff. I don't know what they have out there. You might be on some. You might have some Asian, persuasion, some stuff in a bag. That real strong stuff. I don't know what they're doing, but getting back to all of this. All this is going back to Buck 50. I got a little bit of sidetrack, but Rome Streets that's a great name, by the way. Rome Streets. It's like a command. His name is Command, or like I say, I roam streets. Like if you had roam streets, that'd be awesome. But he has just a great set of songs just for this EP. It's only 13 minutes long. There's what? Let me see. And Wavy to God, but I can't tell who's Wavy to God on here. But yeah, it has different songs like Ball of Soft, Running It Up, Why Is Water Wet, You Understand, 92 Mike, and Saliva. They all hit, and they're all under 3 minutes long. Every last one of them is under 4 minutes long. Excuse me. Running It Up is a little longer. But I'm waiting for an LP. I'm waiting for him to come to Delaware. I'm waiting for, I'm waiting for that, that hip hop feeling. This is that true rap. This is, instead of worrying about battling and going back and forth and people getting shot and stupid shit like that. We need to worry about real rap, real lyrics, real lyricism. That's one of the things that has to happen. What is that? Fire water only. Okay. So it's sake. It's pronounced sake too. Don't let anybody else confuse you. It's not sake. It's sake. I learned that. It's sake. I'm sure you've been sipping that sake, thinking Beastie Boys album is the best hands down. You have got to be sipping super sake on that. But no, $150 the EP, Rome Streets. I just spit a couple as rhymes. They're very dense, very very hardcore. And like I said, even the EP, the artistry, the packaging, looks very interesting. This is from undergroundhiphopblog.com. So he's still in the underground. That's why he didn't release that much. It says, New York lyricist Rome Streets is joined by Floridian producer Wavy the God. See? I just told you. Another example of just having one producer. I'm okay with having multiple producers. That's okay. That's all right. I understand that. But I think it's even better when you have so many people that are out of the room. You just it's just the MC and the producer or the DJ. And that's all. And they just cook. They just cook it up. That's the best part about all of this. He's had many projects, most notably the Noise Candy Tetralogy and Head Crack. These past couple years, however, we're probably his biggest ones yet, as he dropped some of the best work of his career from the DJ Muggs produced Death and the Magician, or the Future Wave produced Razor's Edge. Okay, so he's got that, street flow. It's very relaxed, but it's very aggressive at the same time. I don't know how they managed to do that. You can see that in like a lot of movies where the killer is like real relaxed and not, going all over the place, but it's just like a smooth killer. That's the kind of hip hop that I like. That's the kind of MC that I like. They're able to convey a message that's, very strong and very, witty and very thoughtful at the same time. So, this might be an endorsement. Go out and buy a vinyl of Rome Streets, his best EP yet, with $150, produced by Wavy the God. Something crazy like that, But he's the truth. I really like his flow. It's very strict. It's very harsh, and like I said, it's very, but it's got a bounce to it at the same time. You can go back and forth with it. You just nod your head like that, like you just feeling it, seeing what's going on. You got that whole idea with it. So definitely check out Rome Streets. He definitely gets my stamp of approval. If that means anything, it means something to me. But like I said, I'm looking at the cover. It's got like a ninja. It's got a helicopter. It's got too many things in there. I'm just gonna name a few things. It's got a boxer. It's got looks like Freddy's. It looks like knives. A fist. There's a black fist. There's a taxi cab. There's a I think ecstasy pills. Some guns. I think a woman screaming. I think Pyrex, I love that. Anything doing with crack, that's up my alley. The Clips, they're my favorite group. Well, one of my favorite groups, if not, a duo. Outkast is probably number one. Number two is probably the Clips are probably number two. Mobb Deep maybe number three. Number three, Mobb Deep. Number two, Clips. Number one, Outkast. All right, that's just my duos. And I can't remember ever having any battles, and especially not any beef with Outkast. I think they escaped everything. The only beef they had was with the industry itself, them not being recognized and respected until the Source gave them an award, and that's the famous line when Andre 3000 said, "I just got something to say. I just got to say this. The South got something to say." And I'm paraphrasing. I think that's what he said, but that they avoided the whole way of being embroiled in any kind of battles. I mean, the top three I just mentioned, Mobb Deep, they were in a battle with Jay-Z. I don't think they responded, but they were targeted. And the Clips, Pusha T, he had a battle with Drake, among others. Do you want to see a Outkast reunion? They don't have to. I'm good without it because they have such a great catalog and they have so much money. They don't have to worry about it. They don't have to gear up and say, "Oh, we gotta make an album," and then it comes out and it's whack, and you're like, "Oh." Their last album was over 20 years ago, and it was a masterpiece on both, hands down, no question, nobody, and they won the first hip hop act to win the grand prize at the Grammys, the album of the year. So I think they can rest on their laurels. A lot of people say, don't rest on your laurels, don't rest on your laurels, but they can rest. They can pull up a pillow and a Snuggie. Is there still a Snuggie? They can have a blanket or whatever the hell, and just make themselves real comfortable, real comfy. Keith is saying I do. He's saying he does want to see a reunion. But I'm glad that Andre 3000 came out with the flute song. The flute album was it's what it is. I wasn't really, impressed. It was just, respect, that you had, the temerity to even do that. The idealism to even do that. So, respect that. But, I wish this thing was longer because I would go off of every song. But, just based on the songs that I listen to, it's just real hardcore New York's hip hop. It says representing a brand of lyrically dense hip hop, London native. He's from London. Jerome Allen, better known by his rap stage name Rome Streets, has been actively releasing projects since 2016. But I think he moved to New York. I think so. I'm just guessing. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. Somebody just posted on X. The real winner in this battle is lyricism. I remember when y'all acted like it didn't matter. Facts. I mean, I'm just tired. I'm tired. I'm tired of, oh, did you hear the double entendre? Did you hear the metaphor? Did you hear this from Kendrick? And did you hear that from Drake? It's very tiring. It's I think they should have to put it to rest without someone resting, rocking in peace, or rocking in power. Let's not have that happen. Let's make sure we clear the way for complete peace and safety and fun and getting money and getting girls and women. I should say not girls. Pause. But that's the whole point. That's the whole point of this thing. You know, showing that you had the best chops, showing that you had the best aura, so you had the best way by yourself, not, you know, attacking someone else, but just, you know, bars on your own self, on your own record, you know, not a battle record directed at somebody else. That is the true essence of hip hop as well. And really, battles are hip hop if they don't become, you know, disgusting, if they don't become, you know, somebody getting laid out. That's the part where it has to change. We have to change the narrative. We have to switch up the entire way that it's the game is governed. So I think, you know, Rome Streets is heading in the right direction. He's definitely on the right footing. Yeah, so musically forged and tested in the toughest areas of New York, and the young MC credits his name to this very attribute, saying he was infamous for killing local ciphers and rap battles. See, that's the thing too. I get that with rap battle. This was weird about the thing with rap battles, like battle rappers. They are, for the most part, are really peaceful. I mean, we've had a few occasions where, you know, smack, you know, had to, you know, calm people down and take people off the stage, and, you know, they got too close and people got smacked and somebody got smushed. That is a rarity in battle hip hop rap. You know, a lot of people want to say, "Oh, that happens all the time." No, that's a rarity that, you know, any violent actions take place on the rap battle stage. That's very rare. So it's ironic in a way because, you know, the established people, the people with millions of dollars, the people with, you know, fame and notoriety and everything like that, they're the ones that get caught up in the bullshit. That's the sad part. They get caught up right in the bullshit. So it is imperative that we look at the entire situation with a sense of understanding, a complete a sense of understanding. You have people like Rome Streets. He let me see. A patron of having his music or physical media, the NY London MC has sold out records, CDs, and cassettes for just about every project that he has released, which command outrageous prices and resale. So that's something that we have to look at. That reminds me of Nipsey Hussle, how he sold his mixtape for $100, and I think Jay-Z bought like 100 of them, or at least 10 to 100, something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was, but he bought up a shitload of his mixtapes. So that's part of the thing too. And it says this goes back in 2021. Rome Streets would catch the attention of Griselda Records from frontrunner and underground hip hop spectacle Westside Gunn, who would sign Rome near the end of the year to Griselda Records. I don't know what happened with that. I don't know if he's still on Griselda or not. I don't know. I'm gonna look it up right now. Yeah, he's still at current act, Rome Streets. He's not. He doesn't have Wikipedia. He's still underground. He's still quite not at that level of you know, achievement. But he's getting there. He's getting there. He definitely has, you know, a totally different way of looking at it. Looking at the game, you know, he's going, like I say, swinging the pendulum back to the late 80s, early 90s, that boom bap sound. I like the boom bap sound, that boom boom and, you know, and like the lyricism is always going to be there. That's why I respect, that's why I expect from, you know, rappers such as that. You know, Rome Streets is one of them. So definitely appreciate his abilities on the mic. That's what inspires me. That makes me want to write more. It makes me want to write clearer, stronger. You know, that's one of the best things about hip hop is because it's so verbal. It's all about the words. So that's why I think it's so great and it's wonderful. Hey, I'd like to thank everybody that came through. I see Rick James, Charles 13X, Keith,